Howdy folks, welcome to the Nature Photography Show. In this video you're going to join me for a sunrise shoot in the Grand Teton National Park. So as the sun's coming on, I want to talk a little bit about my settings. I'm not worried about my shutter speed, again, because there's no wind. But on the aperture, I'm staying around f11. For focus stacking, f8's fine, f8, f11, however you want to do it, depending on how many shots you want to take. But I think I can get away with f11 and do 3 shots here. I might take 4 just to make sure. And what I'll do is I'll focus on the foreground, the middle ground, the background. If I take 4, then there'll be maybe 2 up front, because the further you get out, the less you'll need it. But I'll start with 3 and then we'll see how that goes. But I'll focus on that foreground, find a spot in the middle, find a spot on the mountains themselves, and then we'll stack them in post-processing, and then we'll have sharp image from front to back. So the light is happening really nice on the mountains, but not on the foreground yet. So we're going to give it some time and see if we can get both the mountains and the foreground. And looking to the east, we might get lucky enough to do that. I want to talk about something that I am guilty of when I'm doing landscape photography. Is I'll find one composition that I love, and I'll take 500 shots of that same composition. And it's like my tripod grows roots, and it gets rooted to the ground, and that's it. You're not moving anywhere else. You're not changing your camera. You're getting 500 shots of the exact same image. So if the light's not changing rapidly and you have time, go ahead and take that time. Change your compositions, change your lenses, bring in all of the mountains that we talked about that I wasn't doing today. If you want, bring that in. Change to 100 to 400, pull out more detail. Just change what you're doing. You can get up and move. You can come back to the position that you were at and get the same composition if you like the light as it changes. Now, if the light's changing very rapidly on the composition that you want and you're excited about that, then take those 500 shots of the same one to get the one you're looking for. But if the light's pretty even, go ahead and change things up, get different compositions. You'll have a better crop when you get back and start looking through your post-processing, and you'll be surprised at what you find that you'll like better than the original composition. All right, so the light's not doing exactly what I want, but it's still doing things, and that's exciting for nature photography. So right now I'm seeing some shadow on the mountains, but some sunlight on the mountains too, and a little bit brighter here for the foreground, which means it will help balance out the scene a little bit because of that shadow on the mountain. So I'm going to get back to shooting. You know, when you think it's time to leave, stay 15 more minutes and you'll be surprised what'll happen. This cloud that I'm looking at right now might keep moving on, and I might get what I'm looking for in the foreground too. So never give up, never surrender. All right, so the light isn't going to do anything at all that I wanted it to. A massive cloud moved in over top to the east. It's headed out toward the west. That's okay. It's doing something. It's causing dappled light on the mountains. Maybe it'll help balance the scene. I'm not sure. I don't know that I'll get anything here. If I do get anything worth sharing, I'll share it at the end of this video. But I would come out 100 times and never get anything, and I'm just as excited as if everything had worked together. Of course, we live for that one moment where it all does work and the light is where it's supposed to be, but today it didn't happen. But I can't think of a better place to be than where I am right now doing what I'm doing. So I'll see what I can make work. But anyway, thanks for watching. And make sure you like and subscribe, ding the little bell. And as always, grab the camera, get off your couch, escape, explore, and create. Okay, so I had packed up to leave because the light wasn't working, and I happened one more glance off to the east and I saw a massive opening and the light started hitting, so I got my gear back out. I didn't have time to set up all the video equipment, but the light worked out fantastic. And right here is the foreground I had in mind, and then there's the background of the mountains. So hopefully the image that we see at the end will be better than I thought it would be. So this is what's exciting about nature photography, is you just never know what's going to happen. And as a general rule, wait 15 minutes before you actually leave. So everybody, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.